English outfitters, just wanting to see if it's worth the money buying the RX-5 versus the Spyder 30 I already have. Going to pull them back, shoot them, see if they feel any different in the hand. I've been shooting them a little bit so far, but I'll go ahead and shoot them for the camera and show you the difference. I'll shoot the Spyder first. Pretty smooth bow. Now for the RX-5. Now obviously this one's not set up for hunting yet, doesn't have the stabilizers and everything on it. Pretty similar. A little less shock with this one, which is impressive since it doesn't have stabilizers or anything else on it. Show you the draw cycle. First the RX-5. It's pretty smooth. Feel it kind of stack up right at the end. They're pretty smooth. It's actually pretty similar to the Spyder when it comes to that. They both kind of stack up a lot right at the end. But I'd have to say the RX-5 is definitely easier to pull back. Just feels like I can draw more weight with it. Alright, we'll shoot through the chronograph here just to give you an idea of the differences between the two bows. They should be pretty similar in speed, but they're both set at 70 pounds with a 430 grain arrow. So I haven't done it yet, so I'm actually pretty interested to see what the difference is.
Yeah.
That can't be right. $279 for the Spyder. $282. Not much of a difference. This one is definitely more dead in the hand, though. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna shoot one more just to be sure. $283. Now that's a 28.5 inch draw, 430 grain arrow. This is the arrows I actually hunt with, so it's not too bad. I know a lot of guys that are shooting like 30-inch draws. They'll get over 300. I've never been able to, really. Alright, I want to talk about the Spyder 30 versus the new RX-5. I went and shot them. I filmed it all when I was doing it. I'm going to throw some of that video in with the rest of this video, but the archery shop is really busy. The Old English outfitters in Tip City. They were pretty busy at times, so it was kind of hard to stay focused and do this video the way I wanted to do it. I'm just going to talk about some of the differences of the Spyder 30 versus the RX-5 30. I noticed on the riser in this area up here, it branches off and gets pretty wide. I don't know if you can see that on film, but where the Spyder does not. So I think that balanced it a little bit better. And I think that's what added on some of the weight versus my Spyder. It just, the overall feel of the bow felt better. It wasn't a huge difference. But for me, I don't know if you guys or gals have the issue of your bow. Sometimes you're torquing your bow when you know how it feels in your hand when you pull it back or whatever. I have that issue a lot. I've tried several different things. I have the IQ bow sight on here. Actually, I have the IQ bow sight rangefinder one now. But some interesting things when I was shooting it. Literally, Willie, the guy that works at the archery shop, slapped a whisker biscuit on it right before I went to shoot it, and I shot it through paper just for my curiosity on my own part. I shot this thing through paper, and I tuned mine in where I tuned the broadheads and the field tips so they hit the same. I know a lot of people don't do that. I don't shoot expandables. I shoot fixed blade Steel Force, saber tooth, 125 grains. And through the season they were shooting great. As far as I know, I didn't shoot it anymore after that, but I shot this thing through paper and it ripped knock point high, and literally shot the RX-5 several times through paper and the Ultra bullet holes every time I shot it, which is really weird for me, especially considering Willie just threw the rest on, eyeballed it, threw it on there, and I shot through paper better with that bow than I did the Spyder that I've been shooting since 2014, I think is when they came out. Bought it new then. I'm actually thinking about buying the Ultra just because I had an Alpha Max, and that's what hooked me on Hoyt bows. I shot them really well. I don't know why I ever switched. Always buying the new thing, I guess. But the Alpha Max, I think, is a 32-inch bow, and the Ultra is a 34. I'm a little hesitant on being in your tree stand. You guys know how it is. I hunt a lot out of climbers, or I have ladder stands here on the property that have rails around them. I don't know, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside, like I'm not going to fall out just because of that stupid rail. But the climber, I like it because you can sit down on the rail when you're going up and down. Makes it easier. And you know, you take the chance, the longer the bow is, of hitting that rail if they're really close to you and you have a sharp angle or whatever. So this is something to think about. I've been thinking about that with the Ultra, but it was a smooth shooting bow. So was the RX-5, but it didn't feel enough different for me to spend $1,700 on the bow. It felt like it pulled over easier. The back wall was about the same as my Spyder. I shoot a 28.5-inch draw, so with the way their mods are this year, different draw, lengths will actually feel different, which that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. But for me, I shot a 28.5 RX-5, and I shoot my own 28.5, and the back wall felt pretty similar. Nice solid back wall, but the RX-5 did hold easier for me. Just felt like it was easier to pull that 70 pounds back, held it a lot nicer, but I also didn't have on all the weight like I do on my hunting bow now. But I'm going to put in there the differences on what it shot through the chrono. They were like within 2 feet per second of each other. think it was 283 and 281 or 282. I can't remember. And then the Ultra shot 278. And that's with the 430 grain arrow, which is my hunting arrow. Carbon Express Maximum Hunters is what I shoot, and then I shoot a 125 grain tip. But I mean, the bows are really nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm a Hoyt guy. Used to be a Bowtech guy, but I think what I'm going to do is go with the Ultra, which really surprised me. I haven't shot a bow that long in 15 years probably, but it's got a better brace height. It's got a 7-inch brace height on it, which helps on longer shots. If you jerk or whatever, just your form isn't good. Where the RX-5 has a 6 1/4, and I think that's the same that this has. It's a 6 1/4 inch brace height. But that's all I really wanted to talk about. Like I said, I'm going to put it in the video, have everything on there, hopefully. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. And this is Craig from Broken Arrow Outdoors. Thanks for watching.